How you doing?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Pretty damn well. It's finally fall.
Yeah, it's fall, and nothing feels like fall than trying to come into the library during the Hilly 100.
I forgot about that.
When you live out in the country.
I was going to say, that runs right by your house, too,
It
right?
does, yeah. I only passed a few, but I guess it was pretty wild yesterday out my way.
Bet. Yeah. I think Saturday's the big day, right?
The route changes every year, but yeah, I don't know. I think Josh went into town apparently during the peak of the majority of people being out, wherever he was trying to go. So he had to pick which fresh time to go to, west or east. So.
Yeah. I don't know. 100 miles seems like a lot.
I've done it once.
Was it your ass hurt after that? It has to, right?
That's
gotta be sore.
I was so tired. So I was like 23 probably when I did it. And my dad was in town from Florida, and he took me out to dinner, and I kept falling asleep. It was the Saturday. It was the first day. And I was kept dozing off during dinner, and then I still had one more full 50-mile ride to do the next day. But it was fun. I mean, I would never do it again.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to say that I've done it once, I guess.
Good experience to have under the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. I guess it was almost a couple of weeks ago. We just played a house show with a bunch of former guests.
Oh, yeah? How'd that go?
Yeah, it was awesome. So
was that the Spacement?
Yeah, the Spacement. Yep. Off Nominal put on a show benefiting Indiana Legal Services.
Mm-hmm.
Ritual Spell played, my band, Throne of Iron, and then Off Nominal.
Yeah, I feel like I saw some videos. It looked like a pretty nice space.
It was very nice, yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually, it's Reverend Butler's house. So they're the Reverend Butler that the park's named after, all that. He was big into civil rights movements and stuff like that. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. Good vibes, good turnout, very nice house.
Nice. How was the headspace?
Plenty.
Nice.
I actually could stand up in the basement.
Nice.
Which is not usually the case.
It's always my concern.
I thought my head was going to be... So I've played, not with this band, but another project, house show, and there's videos, and it's just the band and then me with my head severed, basically, because my head's up in between the floor joists. It's pretty funny looking. Yeah. It's just a headless horseman.
Yeah.
But we raised $300 for Indiana Legal Services.
Awesome.
I really enjoyed playing a house show because I don't know, I feel like when you're at a venue, it's very businessy.
Yeah.
I have to be on. I have to be in character,
Yeah.
Obviously, we all take on a character on stage.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it was just fun hanging out with the other bands and palling around and.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get into a house scene soon. That's one thing Rhonda hasn't done yet. So
I think they plan on doing a show once a quarter.
Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. I've talked with. I kind of reached out and asked how the show went and said that they were going to be doing some more in the future.
It was cool. I miss it already. I like just palling around. I hung out with a Ritual Spell a bunch, and they're awesome humans.
Yeah.
And just hanging out, in that setting was cool.
That sounds really fun. I wish I was out of town. I was pretty bummed that I couldn't make it.
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, for sure. So who do we have coming in today?
So we have Ruinous Wake coming in.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Noise and Nonsense, the podcast that combines feedback and feeling.
A Ruinous Wake is a newer band in the Bloomington area with hardcore at the center of their sound. There's a different hybrid of styles as they incorporate thrash and death into their melodic mayhem. Thanks for joining us today.
What up, guys? Thanks for having us.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Could you introduce yourselves and let us know who we're missing from the band today?
I'm Raine, and I play guitar. We're missing John, our vocalist, and Paul, our bass player.
Cool.
And I'm Nick, the drummer.
Very cool. So Ruinous Wake is a pretty evocative name. How did it come about, and what does it represent for y'all?
It was something that just popped into my head when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I was currently playing bass for a death metal band here in Bloomington, and it was great, and it was fun. But a lot of my background is more like hardcore metalcore. So it takes on kind of two different meanings for me. Like A Ruinous Wake is kind of like it invokes like a thought of brutality, like fighting back, something kind of a tide taking over. But also I thought, hey, it'd be kind of crazy thinking about like a wake in the sense of a funeral, like, and it kind of, I don't know, makes me think about how sometimes we kind of play off the darker things that happen in our lives. Like we try to not talk about it. We try to not think about it as much, and how bad they actually do affect us. Like A Ruinous Wake. Like if you went to someone that you cared about, like their wake, and it was just terrible. Yep. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, I just kind of, which I didn't come up with the name, so, but it just invokes, a lot of different imagery. Like, I'm kind of like fantasy oriented, like, so, I just kind of see this brutal fucking warrior marching through, a field of just soldiers and just laying waste to stuff. So, hardcore.
So what drew each of you to this particular sound? Was it a shared vision from the start or something that evolved after you started playing together?
Yeah, it definitely kind of evolved a little bit. It started out as something else. We had another guitar player initially, and then Raine came on as an addition, and originally was going to do bass, and ended up the other guitar player. We just weren't working out with him, so we graduated Raine to guitar and kind of took it from there, and just kind of evolved into.
From two bass players, I don't know if that's a graduation.
I was gonna say something, but I didn't.
Yeah, I had a lot of stuff written that I'm just constantly writing all the time. When I get inspired, I talk to Nick about this all the time. Like, we have a group chat, and I'll just send videos in where I like think of riffs. Sometimes I had songs that I put together, and I'm not jaded enough to know that I don't have it all figured out. So I bring them the material, and I just like talk to Nick, and I'm like, hey, do your own thing, and then we all collaborate, and
it just kind of
it
everybody
evolves.
gets along with. And yeah, we kind of here recently just kind of worked on some stuff and was like, well, that's a little faster than we kind of anticipated or kind of envisioned. So we're like, let's work on it a little bit and kind of change it around and just make it a little easier for me to play. It's a little slower tempo, and then kind of goes more with like a hardcore feel versus like a thrash or a metalcore or something like that. So trying to keep it as kind of slammy or hardcore as we can. Keeps it a little easier in some aspects.
Did Bloomington scene itself shape your sound at all, or you all just had something in mind and just running with it?
I don't think that the Bloomington scene pretty much shaped our sound, but it pushes us to do more in our kind of genre. I'm very influenced by a lot of metalcore, thrash, death, playing bass in that death metal band, talking to people after the shows and hearing them go, man, we need more of this. We lost Rhinos, which ironically was where John and I met for the first time. And so now the Bishop is doing shows, and they're bringing metal back. And so as far as did it influence us from the start? No. But as we continue to write things, we think about that. Like, this is what people want to hear, and we kind of go with that.
Yeah, I think there's always been a pretty decent little underground metal scene in Bloomington, but there's not. It's always been kind of wish-washy on where we're accepted, Rhinos was there for a little while, and then it fell off, and then was gone. So then, there's not really too much other options. There's been other little sporadic places that have kind of come and gone throughout the years, but Bloomington really needs more, in my opinion, underground metal or underground scene where it's acceptable to come and play. Mm-hmm. But no, the Bishop's great, so they're always hosting a range of different genres. So
Yeah.
that's why I've always felt at home there.
Does kind of feel like home there. It's just you're comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, the staff is awesome. The space is great.
It's always a good crowd too.
Yeah.
Like,
They're into the music. There's really no shitheads.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
the next time we all play there, it's going to be
There's
nobody's
gonna
going
be
to be
a
there and just a
fucking
bunch of
shithead.
assholes. For people who are just finding you, what's the essence of Ruinous Wake? If someone walked into your show with zero like knowledge of you all, what do you want them to feel when they leave?
Oh, energized, really.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's the first word that came to mind.
It's definitely not a slow paced. It's you. At least when I hear it, I want to move around, punch somebody in the face. You know,
It's perfect music that you can windmill to.
Right.
So that's great.
two step. You know, get all those groovy stuff that people like to move to.
Yeah.
So just try to invoking the movement.
I would say awake. Like it's weird kind of to think that, but like people after we get off our set or whatever they hear us, I just want them to feel more alive, more awake in more than one meaning of the term. So
y'all are just coming back from a little break. What was behind your little hiatus?
So I suffered an injury to my spine, and it caused me to kind of put a lot of things on hold for a while. It was weird. I'm just finding out now that it was like due to a misdiagnosis. That now I'm properly diagnosed. I'm properly medicated. I'm getting better.
Good.
So I got a hold of the guys. I remember at the end of 2024, I was like on the shtick where I was like, 2025 is going to be our year, bros. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And then my back just was not cooperating with me. And finally, we got back to talking again because we're all adults, you know. We're not like 20-somethings doing this. So there's kids in the mix. There's always something going on. Yep. So I don't know. We came back together and we're like, all right, I can stand. I can do this. Like, let's get back at it. So
Yeah, even if you got to sit for a show, fuck it.
Yeah,
You know,
every practice, I'm just in a chair, just, you know.
we'll make a throne for you.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
roll that around.
I mean, Kirk from Crowbar just played a whole tour and sitting down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the bass player for Body Count, Ice T's band, he does it. He comes out and plays in the
Nice.
throne sometimes.
Fun.
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So minus obviously setting back your 2025 goals, did the pause do anything positive for the band?
I think so.
I think we're all kind of driven to get at it. You know, the new stuff's come along. We've got some recording to do here shortly and getting new songs rolling out, and excited for the new stuff. So that's always fun.
Yeah, I think my my writing is kind of turned because hardcore is kind of like derived from a lot of punk, and the break with everything that's going on in the news and everything that's going on, my writing has become more like activist based. So Nick was talking about new material. We're working on a song that's I don't want to give too much away, but it's about what's going on overseas in Gaza. And the break allowed for more research and to see more that's going on, and allowed me to be more passionate about my writing and kind of changing how I want people to perceive us and stuff. So
Yeah, playing off that a little bit, I guess. Now that you all are back together, what feels different? Has your approach to writing music changed at all in that time period?
I think it's pretty much like the same. Like Rain was kind of talking about a little earlier. He comes up with some riffs. He'll send it to me, and I'll see what I can do, and put my little twists on it, see what I think, and then I'll shoot that back to the guys, and then we'll just kind of go from there. Just kind of ever so slightly evolving back and forth and in between practices. So
yeah, I think now we're like, for instance, one of our last practices, I was like, hey, we're playing this song. This just doesn't feel right. I need to rewrite this part. And so now in the new space that we're practicing in and stuff, it's really laid back and we can kind of talk to each other. And so we're doing a lot more collaboration like in real time instead of it's just me sending a bunch of stuff, them going, yeah, it's cool, or no, it's not cool.
yeah, the old house was a little awkward. Dave knows all about that.
Yeah.
But
So did you, before the break, did you have any kind of songs or anything you were working on that maybe you had let kind of die but marinated over the break that you brought back or found new clarity in?
Oh, hell, Raine's got several riffs that he sent and then was like, nah, we're going to change it. And it's always kind of back and forth. So he's obviously a pretty talented writer as far as like pumping out material, like that's workable, you know. Obviously not everything that comes to the table is workable or whatever will fit the band, but that's like, it's kind of nice because he's got a wide range. Like there's on the drive at one point, there was like 30 different potential songs to choose from, so that's always nice to have on the table.
I'm so afraid of forgetting stuff, so like that I'll just record it, like I'll throw it in my DAW and then get it out there and then put it on our drive folder, and like Nick is a mastermind when it comes to what fits, what doesn't fit. This kind of sounds good, this doesn't. I wrote an entire song that was like, that's too death metal, like that's not, it's cool, it's got some elements that I like, but it's not really us. So I've done that several times.
Right, yeah. Some stuff just doesn't. It's like, oh, I mean, it's not that it's bad. It's just not what we're trying to bring to the table.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
That's awesome. Lots to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things I've told all the guys in the band, like from the get-go, is that I play a lot of stuff and I need their feedback to let me know whether it's a good sound or not. Like I'll write a riff and I'll think, oh, that's horrible, that sucks, and Nick will put drums to it and he's like, no, this actually sounds really good, let's work on that.
It's amazing what a drum beat can do.
It really is.
Yeah,
It can really change
Yeah.
the vibe to a song.
Yeah. So when we started the band, I had a lot of stuff already kind of queued up, and I've been working with John actually before anybody else. So it got to the point where I would write the guitar, write the bass, program the drums, have John come over and have him figure out like the cadence and how everything would sound. And I wrote the lyrics, and of course I hand it to all the guys and I'm like, these are just jumping off points. I want it to be your own. There was like one of our songs was me being a stickler because it means so much to me, but everything else, it's a collaborative effort. Especially with our new material. I can see us kind of working together all together to produce a lot of the new stuff that we're doing.
I guess you talked a little bit about, so do you write the lyrics or does John write the lyrics?
For several of the songs, I will write some lyrics to it, and then I'll hand it off to John. Or like, for instance, one of our newer songs, it's called Bloodline. I only had the idea for it, and it was just like, this is what I'd like the song to be about. This is what I think of when I hear it, and I handed it to John, and I'm just like, go for it.
Yeah. So you said like more recently you're kind of following like maybe political and social themes. Like what are some of your like past themes for your songs? Are they more like personal stories or?
Well, so yeah, a lot of them are. So Karma is about, I had some things happen to me, both on the business side of things. I was running my own business and trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and had somebody just stab me in the back, and I was really tough trying to figure it out and feel how I wanted to feel about it. And so Karma came from that, and John and I worked on it. We have, so Pre-Do was the song I was just talking about, and it's got religious themes. We all have our own religious traumas in the band, but that one's specifically about how everything is like politicized now, and it's about like I lost somebody very close to me, and I felt like it wasn't fair because there are still like what I believed like are monsters in politics and stuff, and these people are still breathing, and how is that fair at all? This person I lost was such a caring, wonderful individual, and everybody just says thoughts and prayers and it's okay, right? And then one of our newest pieces that we haven't tweaked everything about it, I was talking about earlier, it's called Warpath, and it's about the genocide going on in Gaza. So.
Cool. You guys ride that line between hardcore's immediacy and metal's precision very well. Do you consciously make an effort to be like, to balance those two sounds, or is what's coming out?
Yes, I think it's just what sounds good. And so I don't think we're trying to necessarily stick specifically hardcore or specifically, any kind of genre per se. But it's more so just like, oh, yeah, we're feeling this, or that just feels like something else. So,
Yep.
Yeah, like one of the latest songs, like I was saying, I wrote it and I was like, this really, it kind of isn't our vibe, but I'm so influenced by a lot of different stuff. I don't ever write something and go, this needs to be more that way. This needs to be more that way. It's just what I'm feeling at the time. And that's why I rely on the guys to go, okay, this is cool. I get what you're feeling. Let's mold it. Let's make it ours. And it's really kind of hard when people are like, well, what genre are you? I just fall back to hardcore because that's kind of where a lot of my roots are.
Mm-hmm.
Just say sludge; it covers everything.
right.
Yeah. So you all have released Karma, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So where did you all record the song?
Oh, my living room at the time.
Yeah.
Old living room. It's all,
I was going to say Nick's studio, but
yeah, it's not a
The
studio.
recording studio is called the Old Living Room.
the old living room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a pretty good studio name.
But no, it's just it's nothing fancy. It's all pretty much just digital. So doing what we can with what I've got to work with. So
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
yeah, and we just try to replicate what we do to the best that we can live. So
Exactly.
obviously, like, I don't know, I've seen a lot of different views on how recording should go, and in my personal opinion, it's like, well, just do what you can to get the best sound recording, no matter what you got to do. Whether somebody thinks it's legit or worth it or cool to do or whatever, I don't care, as long as it sounds good. Let's put it out, and then you try to replicate it the best you can live. I saw it was the guitarist for Lamb of God. I'm not sure if it was which one was talking about it, but he was like, if I have to sit upside down in the corner of a room to get this solo right and for the recording, that's what I'll do, but I'll see what I can do live. So I kind of take that mindset when I go to record. It's, as long as it sounds good, I don't care how it gets done.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that I record too is like just at home. I've got a very basic setup, monitor speakers. I record into a Scarlett Solo right into the DAW, and I'll try to do everything in one take because it's just me.
Yeah.
So when we recorded Karma, it was hilarious because I would go over and sit down and he'd be like, all right, he's the boss, Nick's the boss. And he tells me what to do and I just play it. And it was like, okay, let's try that again. And he's able to punch me in and out where I need to be, and my brain was like melting because I was like, I'm just ready to do everything in one take. So if I do the first minute and a half of the song and it's great, and then mess up on the breakdown, we're doing the whole thing again.
Yeah.
But it was great.
Yeah, I'm like, no, just stop when I tell you.
Yeah.
I'll do the hard thinking.
Technology is wonderful. I do not miss the days of having to do a whole takeover.
I know.
Because you flub one note.
Yeah, that's like, I always feel bad for our drummer because like we usually, like, he's the one who has to pull off that one perfect take.
Yep.
And then everybody else is like, fucked up the whole time, but like I'll just redo my part,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's exactly how it is at our practices too. Like we'll go through an entire song and I'll think it's great, and then everybody else is like, oh, I fucked up on this or I did that, and I'm like, well, sound good to me.
Yeah.
And there are obviously like certain qualities about recording, those old ways that are nice. But I feel like our our genre of metal or style of music, it's not necessary. Like everybody does it digitally anyways. It's all sampled out, everything is.
Overdubs are nice.
Yeah. So
my first, the first two EPs of Rearview Ronda were 100% the take. Like we played the same song until we all felt like we nailed it.
Right.
And even the vocals were done live, which at the time was my first time recording. So I was like, isn't this how everybody does it? And then and then the next time I recorded, somebody's like, you did it that way? Why'd you do that? I was like, I don't know.
But I mean, there's a quality to being able to pull off recording everybody at the same time and everybody's locked in. Like there's, because naturally music flows. you naturally do not play to a click track.
Yeah.
So whenever you do, it does sound good in certain aspects, but certain like old like Led Zeppelin, if they played to a click track, it wouldn't feel right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that swinginess that
Yeah.
makes the music live and breathe.
Yeah, so certain times you do want to record that way, and it's really definitely like Meshuggah. They recently did that, and to be able to record that style of like djenty, complicated stuff, and you're all doing it live and in one take, like that is super impressive. But like,
Insane.
how many fucking takes are you gonna have to do, to get it all right?
Right.
Yeah.
So we just take the easy route and get it sound good. Put it out there for people to listen to.
Are there any other local bands that you feel connected with? People that you're looking to play with often, and who pushes you to go harder?
Oh yeah, definitely. I like the dudes in Master Hunter. Those fucking guys kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're hardcore as hell.
And of course,
without being hardcore.
Yeah.
the guys from Thorax or Throne of Iron, like Tucker and Corwin. I've been friends with Corwin for a while, and Corwin's always pushing me to be a better guitar player, and I love seeing him play live. Just seeing how confident these guys are, but also like they get off the stage and they hang out with us and talk with us, and they're just like dudes. You know what I mean? Like, so always playing with those guys. There's a band from Louisville called She.
Yep.
We played with them, and those guys are incredible. Those guys are incredible too, and it's cool to know that we're working together, right? Like, we're not trying to one up each other or anything like that. So,
Awesome. You all said that obviously you played the Bishop and you feel at home at the Bishop. I guess what's one of the most memorable experiences of playing at the Bishop, and how does it compare to playing out of town?
one of my favorite moments was we were playing the Bishop and we were doing a song called Discomposure, and Paul and I do backing vocals on it. And I remember getting off the stage and seeing like somebody I'd known for a while, because it's a local show, right? And they came up to me and they were like, "You didn't tell me you could sing like that. You didn't tell me you could do those screams." And I was just like, "That's really cool," because I'm the kind of guy that's like, I scream in the shower, I'll do it in the car, you know, when nobody else is around me. And so, I mean, that was awesome for me.
Oh, I was just back there dying, you know, so.
We always check to make sure Nick is alive at the end of a show.
Yeah.
Dying on the drums.
Yeah, I don't remember much. I mean, I see cymbals and lights.
If we can make it through a show and Nick keeps his sticks in his hands, it's a good show.
Yeah. I don't think I think I might have dropped one stick. I don't think I dropped a stick.
The lights are a little bright at
that
the
was
Bishop
nice.
up on stage.
Yeah. So no, as a drummer playing extreme metal, it's definitely physically taxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm definitely a lazy drummer when it comes to this. So I could drum more and probably, not suffer as much, but maybe I like to suffer.
So do you feel like the Bloomington crowd hits differently to other towns, though, or?
I think so, and you're always going to feel that way when it's a local show. You know, you've got like friends and family coming out to support you, and after the show they're like, "Oh, you did great, and we're like, "Yeah, you got to say that because you're our friends," you know what I mean? But when you're playing a show out of town, or for people who don't know who you are, and they come up to you after the show, or like you see them during the songs, like they're vibing with you and everything. Not to say that I prefer that or anything, but it's like it's a totally different feeling when these people, like, you can kind of meet them emotionally or whatever through your music.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like people hearing you for the first time, I don't feel like they're doing it to be rude, but they want to listen and figure you out.
Yeah.
So it's a different vibe, whenever somebody sees you for the first time versus the second, third, 20th, 100th time.
Yeah.
So I think that's really why playing, at the Bishop will always feel like home, because we will have those people that's like, oh yeah, we know your music, we know when these parts, when to get down and whatnot, and versus when you're playing for a bunch of new people, they're just like, when's this? They don't know when the drop is if they've never heard it before, so they can only guess. And I'm kind of guilty of that if I see a new band, and it's definitely not to be disrespectful, but it's like, oh, I'm intently listening. So, it's such an awkward setup, Dave. I'm sorry. I feel weird.
Here's whatever that is.
The microphone condom.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like hold my thing so I can hear.
You're
and I
gonna
feel
raw dog the
awkward 'cause
microphone?
I'm
Raw
like-
dog it.
As
Yeah.
you're twisting your chords,
Yeah.
so you can hear yourself, I'll hold that straight up.
So,
What's the dream for 20 and 25 beyond? Where are you looking to play? More in Bloomington, trying to branch out?
yeah, we definitely want to branch out, get down to Lake Louisville, up to Indy, Fort Wayne would probably be nice, Lafayette, go up there, visit Master Hunter.
I'd love to hit Black Circle up in Indy. I love those guys. Also, in my hometown, they just, not too long ago, they put in a venue called Wrong Side 812. And it's on the Jeffersonville side of the Ohio River. I think it would be killer to play there just because, like, those are my stomping grounds. And, you know, I've also played with some other bands there and seen some other bands. So that would be cool. But traveling would be great.
Yeah, definitely like to get out, but we do have a show coming up next weekend. So whenever you guys release this, it might be too late, but
This will
the
come out-
25th.
This will come out the 15th.
Oh,
so
it'll be.
there'll be some time.
Yep.
So yeah, we will be playing at the Bishop the 25th with Spewed.
We'll be playing with Spewed and a local band here from Bloomington called Desensitized.
Desensitized, that's right.
Cool.
This will be our first headlining show.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see these guys. I haven't heard of them before, so it's nice to see another metal band locally kind of starting up. So
So what's up next for Ruinous Wake besides your show coming up?
Yeah, we have the show coming up and the recording, like he was saying. I was like freaking out, like, guys, let's get something recorded, throw up on Spotify because it's hard to book shows and people don't know what you sound like.
Yeah.
try to get an little EP going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause we've got two. We got one officially released song, and then a second unofficially released song. But it's still got a little bit of work to do on it.
Yeah, it was a demo that we put
Yeah.
up.
And then we've got 5 or 6 songs to
Yep,
put
total.
out. So we'll have a nice little EP to put out hopefully early next year, I would say.
That's the goal. And then after that, honestly, just playing more shows,
Yep.
getting more comfortable.
And getting healed up.
Yeah,
So
of
we
course.
can do it.
Exactly.
So we talked about this, but you all are playing October 25th at the Bishop.
Yep.
But for listeners just finding you, what's the best way to follow your music and what's next? You all got a Bandcamp, Instagram?
Yeah, we've got a Bandcamp. We've got an Instagram. We've got
YouTube, I think.
YouTube and
Couple videos.
and Facebook.
Lyric videos on
yep.
YouTube.
Lyric videos are on YouTube. You can see Karma and Discomposure. Discomposure is our second like demo song that we released. I try really hard to update the Facebook page, but most of the time we're super busy, so I don't post on there as much. But honestly, Facebook's probably the best way.
Okay. And you said Discomposure's on YouTube because I
Yep.
saw Karma was on Apple Music, but I can hear them both on YouTube.
Yep,
Okay,
YouTube.
nice.
Yep. I was ready to put Discomposure up, and Nick was like, "No, it's not ready yet. Don't."
We still have some
okay.
work to do.
Yeah, we have like gang vocals on that song, and you can hear Paul in the background, and Paul's just like, "Oh!" And it's
Paul's kind of the best.
He's a trip.
Before we wrap, what do you hope A Ruinous Wake leaves behind? Years down the line, what's the wake you want to create?
honestly, like, I would like to say, like, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier, like, people leaving our shows, like, being awake. I want to write music that kind of touches on things that we don't talk about a lot, or just, like, feeling like people can have a voice in activism. Seeing a guy that looks like me speak up for minorities and the LGBTQ community and stuff like that, like, it's really important to me. So a sense of being awake, but also a sense of togetherness, like, we're in this together. I would love that. I would love for our music to kind of invoke a feeling of let's go do this together. Let's come together for different things, basically.
Yeah, I just want you to have a good time.
I'm sitting here like, go fight the man. And Nick's like, man, as long as you feel good, bro.
I'm just gonna be back there dying. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Want to see them drink a beer and leave with a smile on their face.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. That'll be
Come out,
making me
get
happy
fucked
too.
up,
Yeah.
have a good time.
Yeah.
Love everybody.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you both for coming.
Thanks for
out.
having us, guys. This was
Yeah.
cool.
Thanks for
Yeah.
it.
Yep, that was A Ruinous Wake. Thank you again for coming in. Check them out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and catch them at the Bishop, October 25th.